Hey everyone, and welcome! Today, we're diving deep into something that's close to the heart of any cat lover. How do we really give our feline friends the absolute best care? We're going to break down that perfect balance between their diet and their daily life, the sweet spot that helps them thrive.
So, let's start with a question that sounds simple but is actually pretty profound. Do you really know your cat? I mean, we see them as these adorable members of our family, but deep down, inside every single house cat, there's an apex predator with some very specific needs. And understanding those needs? Well, that's the first step to being an amazing cat guardian.
Okay, let's get right into the heart of it. The absolute foundation for your cat's health, its mood, its entire well-being, it all starts with what's in their food bowl. This isn't just about filling them up, it's about giving them the fundamental building blocks for a long, happy life.
Now, this right here is the single most important thing to understand. Cats are obligate carnivores. That's a fancy scientific term, but what it really means is they have to eat meat to survive. It's not a choice. Unlike animals that can eat a mix of things, their digestive systems are short, acidic, and built to process animal protein and fat, not tough plant fibers. This one fact dictates everything about their ideal diet.
So, what does a diet for an obligate carnivore actually look like? This chart here nails it. You're looking for a diet that's super high in protein, about 50%, which is crucial for their muscles and tissues. Then you've got about 40% from healthy fats for energy. And carbs? They're a tiny slice of the pie, just 10% or even less. This pretty much perfectly mimics the nutritional makeup of their natural prey in the wild.
And within that high-protein diet, there are some nutrients that are completely non-negotiable. Let's talk about taurine. Unlike us or even dogs, cats can't make their own taurine. They absolutely must get it from their food, specifically from animal tissue. A lack of it can lead to devastating health problems, including heart failure and blindness. Yeah, it's that important.
What's so cool about this slide is how it connects the science to your shopping cart. You can see how essential nutrients like taurine, arachidonic acid, and vitamin A all come from animal sources. This is exactly why it's so critical to look for ingredients like meat, poultry, fish, and liver on the food label. Of course, knowing what to feed them also means knowing what not to feed them. This simple traffic light guide is a huge help. Cooked meats and proper cat treats, that's a green light. But so many common household foods, things like chocolate, onions, and grapes, are actually highly toxic to cats. You've got to be really mindful of these dangers. So, how do you put all this into practice at the pet store? It can feel a little overwhelming with all those bags and cans, but these 4 steps make it way easier. First, read the ingredients. Animal protein has to be the #1 thing listed. Second, check for the nutritional statement. Look for an AAFCO statement. That's your guarantee the food is actually formulated to meet a cat's needs for their specific life stage. Third, try to avoid fillers like corn and wheat. And finally, pick a formula that's right for your cat's age.
But look, perfect nutrition is only half the story. A cat's mind needs to be nourished just as much as its body. So now, let's shift our focus away from the food bowl and look at the world you create for them. A space where their wild instincts can be expressed safely and happily.
This slide basically lays out the blueprint for that happy cat world. Cats see their environment in 3 dimensions, so vertical spaces like cat trees give them a sense of security and control. Scratching posts aren't just about saving your furniture. They're for marking territory and stretching muscles. And interactive toys? They simulate the hunt, which is absolutely vital for their mental health. Giving them these outlets for their instincts is the key to preventing boredom and anxiety, and it makes for a much happier companion. At the end of the day, this all comes down to you. Being a cat's guardian is an active role. It's a partnership, right? You provide the right environment and the right nutrition, and in return, you get all the love and companionship that comes from a healthy, happy animal. So let's boil it all down to the most important takeaways. Provide a balanced, meat-based diet. Make sure there's always fresh, clean water available. Create a home that's both a safe haven and a stimulating playground. And finally, just be a good observer. Paying attention to your cat's behavior is the absolute best way to catch any potential problems early on. And we'll leave you with this question.
After everything we've talked about, from the science of their diet to the psychology of their environment, what's one small change or one extra thing you can do today to make your cat's world just a little bit better? Thanks for tuning in.